Hello, 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 and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Jameelah, and I'm a master manifester, and I'm sure you all too because you're watching content like this. The name of this channel is Manifesting Magic, the practical way, because there are a lot of practicalities to manifest in the lives that we choose. I thought about something. A little bit better lighting. Great. Okay. So, what I want to talk about today is um, some of you are hanging out in environments that you cannot be sharpened in, right? Um, I think it's interesting that people try to. My thing is, if you're not being afraid when you go into an environment or there's not some apprehension or some intimidation or something on that level, that means the room is too small for you. There needs to be something that kind of charges you up or jockers you. That's why I don't believe in going into any environments to where I know that I'm at the top of the echelon. I don't like it because I want to be somewhere where people are constantly making me want to drag myself up to a higher height. Now, this has nothing to do with what people know because I've been around a lot of knowledgeable people my whole entire career and adult life. And some of them were very uninspiring. They had a lot of knowledge packed in their head, but I wouldn't want to learn anything from them. I don't like to learn anything from anybody that I don't respect. And I know that's a terrible thing to say, but guess what? We all can choose that if we want to. And when I say respect, what I mean is that I respect your work ethic and the way that you handle things. I don't care how great someone is doing. If their work ethic and the way that they handle things doesn't resonate with me, then I generally won't take I'll listen, but not so much, right? Um, and so when you are looking at your surroundings and you're trying to understand like what think about right now, think about your life, think about the people in it, think about the things and all that kind of stuff. What in your surroundings is pulling you to the next level, whether it's relationship wise, relationship energy, whether it's friendships, whether it's a job, whether it's a career move, whether it's some type of educational thing you're seeking out, whether it's travel, your children. What in your life is pushing you to expand and evolve and ascend? Look at those things because let me tell you, environments where people are afraid or apprehensive or insecure or general haters, you're not gonna sharpen your skill set. You're not gonna sharpen your toolbox. You're not gonna become this. You're not gonna expand to the highest level because there's nothing around you that's helping you sharpen those tools, right? And I think some of those environments sometimes can feel good because I guess it's comfort, whatever. But you need to be in a place where you don't find comfort. And this is the thing. I'm saying that and I'm just having an epiphany about something. Sometimes environments that we don't find comfort in are not even bad environments, right? There's just something about it that doesn't fit in the vision that you have for your life and your lifestyle and who you are, right? So when you find yourself in those places, I think it's a good time to reflect and try to figure out, okay, where did I drop the ball? Is this a learning experience for me? Like, am I set out to learn something from this environment that I didn't see that was possible to learn, right? Most of the time it's a no because usually it needs to go upward. You know, the lateral movements and all that, they don't test you and try you like upward movements do, right? It's like when someone buys something that they can't afford. And someone say, well, why would you buy anything that you can't afford? Well, they can't afford is the delusional mindset that manifestors sometimes have to have, right? So we go out on this limb and we get ourselves involved in something and it freaking scares us. We scared because we're just like, oh, this was a big jump. I didn't mean to do this. I mean, I didn't want to do all this. And what if I fail? What if I don't? Blah, blah, blah. But in those moments, that is when the learning and the growing and the ascending is happening. If you are creating a life based strictly on what you have in your mind, your mindset, and creating plans based strictly on what's in your head and what you know of the world, there's not going to be any ascension. You have to be afraid. You have to be stuck in some environments and some places to where the only option is to go through, you know? If you give yourself an out to play small, then you're going to live small. That's just the way that works, right? This is where I challenge myself in that area. If someone looked at it as materialistic, then they really just didn't know me. I've always challenged myself to live in places that forced me to expand or advance my financial income and my connections and the people and things around me. Because I can be very self contained and self motivated and self inspired and independent, all that kind of stuff without ever reaching out around me. But I know that I'm better when I reach out to people, places, and things that are around me. So in the past few years, something I've always done was moved into places that made me feel intimidated. If I walked into the lobby of an apartment building or something like that, and I felt like I didn't belong there, like I felt small and insecure, and I'm just like, why do I feel like that? It's just a material thing. Oh yeah, give me the paperwork. I want to sign a lease there. I want to clean it out. I moved into a really, really fancy place in Dallas, and someone was like, that's at the top of your income level. I don't care because I'm teaching myself something. So it's a lesson, right? It's a lesson in not allowing money to control every lesson that you're trying to create in life. If money's always the bottom of your lessons, then you're always going to feel like you're wasting money. But I was teaching myself how to go into these environments and become a part of it and not let them intimidate me, right? So I can be around any kind of bougie folks. That don't make no difference to me. Bougie people don't bother. They don't make me feel no kind of way, no nothing, no any kind of way, right? And some have even called me bougie. So that may be why they find some comfort in that. But I'm not bothered by anything that people call that level. And so my goal in those environments is that there are people that are at a level who are playing at that level regularly and who are pretty much born into that level. They have ideas and insights and attitudes and mindsets about the level they're on that you're not going to get dealing with people on this level. It doesn't work that way. You can only do lateral stuff with people that's right where you're at, right? Like I don't sift around when people are right near me in my level and all that kind of stuff. I get camaraderie possibly, yes. But I know that when I'm seeking expansion and ascension and next level, I got to go to this environment where I might not feel super comfortable, where I might have imposter syndrome. And it might cost me more to be a part of that environment. It might cost more money, but it's worth it. Because the money will show up because it always does. I've never had a time in my life where I was about to die because somebody didn't give me money. There's never been so detrimental. Maybe in your head it can be detrimental, but it's just not that detrimental in real life, right? And so I've never had a problem like that. So when you are caught up, when you're thinking about creating the life that you choose, surrounding yourself in the right environments and places, you always have to think about what makes me feel like I shouldn't be there and then run towards it. You know what I mean? And if you think your finances are saying that you shouldn't do something, run towards it anyway. Because what else are you doing? It's life. Who wants to live a comfortable, easy, no challenge lifestyle and die? I guess there's some people that want to do that, but that's just not my thing. I want to see something. I want to do some things. I want to grow. I want to expand. And I don't necessarily want to pretend like smaller environments are feeding me when I know that they're not, and you can't walk around pretending that either. And people may say it's cold, it's calculated, it's methodical. No, it makes sense, right? And this is the thing. Women should think like this more often. I meet so many women that are so caught up in the feelings of everything. The feelings are cool and dandy, right? But the bottom line is that if you go in an environment and it's smaller than what you are, 1 plus 0 equals 1. You walk out of that environment still being 1, right? You go into an environment where people are expanding and growing and developing, or either they just live at the level of expansion, developing and growing, and they take it for granted. You got 1 plus 2 equals 3. You got 1 plus 4 equals 5. You got 1 plus 1 equals 2. Everything is addition, right? Nothing is negative. You're not 1 plus -1 because you walked into this environment that sucked the mindset out of your head, the proper mindset, right? So you can't be around people all day that are afraid, that are sheeps. If I get in environments where I know people have like a sheeple mindset, or they have a fear, or they're always worrying about things and they're always calling people boss and this and that, I completely cut off all my energy. The reason why is because it is the most highest level of humility. I am not bigger than the universal laws. I cannot be in an environment that is 80% of fear and sheepleness and then think that it's not going to impact my mindset. That just doesn't work like that. So because I am so humble and I have so much humility for the universe and the laws in the universe, I don't try to out understand why the positive doesn't outweigh negative, crappy environments. It's just that way. 9 times out of 10, they're going to pull you down. And I'm not trying to understand that, but I see how it works, and I'm going to use that to my advantage and be like, okay, that mindset, let me just close my ears for a second. And then when y'all are done with that, I'll tap back in and then we can talk about this project, you know? So you have to always be at the door guarding your space. Otherwise, people just going to come in there and they're going to just throw crap around it. And they're going to be like, what's the problem? The door was wide open. Don't leave your doors wide open. Make sure that you're always putting yourself in environments that forces you to raise your level, even if failure is one of the outcomes that's possible. Because it just is what it is. You can't ascend in a chicken coop. I don't know a better way of saying it. You can't be an eagle in a chicken coop. People have said it forever. But I think some people are in denial about whether they're an eagle or a chicken. Only you know truthfully whether you're an eagle or a chicken. Are you an eagle or are you a chicken? Only you know. Nobody else can really tell you whether you're an eagle or a chicken. But some people like to run around like they're eagles. And then the minute they get around someone who's bigger or brighter or have more to offer or whatever like that, they turn into a chicken. No, you need to always feel like, I'm an eagle. I'm soaring with eagles. No, I don't know everything. I don't need to know everything. But my mindset, my attitude, and my mentality is going to keep on ascending me and taking me to the next level. And you need to be around people, places, and things that create that level of curiosity and ascension and evolution inside of you. Otherwise, they're trying to take from you. And environments where people are taking from you and they don't have anything much to give leaves you depleted. I must say that all the time because I see so many women who's lived a life like that. They were martyrs for everyone around them and they're just depleted. They don't get anything out of that. Yay, I was there for all these people that don't care about me. I'm not that woman. I'm not doing that. No, it has to be purposeful. And you will get 100% of everything once I know that it's a positive purpose that's being served in my space, right? Anyway, create your boundaries, soar like an eagle. And when you get around other eagles, don't deflate to a chicken. If you're a real eagle, soar with them. You know what I mean? Do your thing. Anyway, have a wonderful, wonderful day.